Gabby's Home and Gardens. Today we will be talking about planting your garden, well, your vegetable gardens. Why do we need to plan for a garden? Well, a lot of times beginning gardeners make the mistake of just going out and getting so excited and they buy all these plants and they just put them anywhere, and then they overcrowd the garden and they don't get as much yield from each plant as is possible. Well, today I'm going to help you in planning out your garden and making sure that you plant beneficial plants in your garden. But before I do that, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and just hit the red subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. And also don't forget to like this video. So now back to what we were talking about. We're going to be planning out the garden from scratch as if you've never planted anything before. So you have a blank slate. So I'll teach you how to do your measurement. I'll teach you how to separate your garden in plots, and I'll also show you how to use a garden planner software from the Farmer's Almanac. This is an awesome tool that you will find to be very beneficial from year to year. Okay, so come along with me. So today I have my two helpers. Say hi, guys. Bye. Okay, that's just a joke we have. Anyway, so if you notice, they have the tape measure and they are going to be measuring the space all the way across. Now, Gabby, if you go all the way over there to the fence line, all the way to the fence line, all the way down to the fence line, Gabs. So we want to get the measurement for the length and the width of the area. All the way across into the grass, Gabby. I know you don't like the grass, but you got to go all the way over there. Okay. Put it on the ground. Okay. So usually when you have your garden, when you're measuring your garden, you will not have a tape measure long enough to measure the entire area, especially if you have a big space. So what you want to do, so mark the spot where you are, Ken. So we're gonna go ahead and measure the length now because we have the width. So they're just gonna do the same process over. See, they're measuring all the way up, and then we'll come back with the total measurement. So this is my garden plan, and yeah, I'm just learning the new program. This is software by Farmer's Almanac, and you can do a lot with this. Let me tell you some of the things you can do. So I don't know if you can see or if you can read this, but I'm going to zoom in. It says you can draw your vegetable beds and plants and move them around to get perfect layout. So you can basically put in the feet or metric system, whatever you use, and you can I have my plan going already, but you can journal. It tells you like last frost, it tells you when's the best time to plant, and as you can see, I have my plan going. And let me zoom out so you can see, get a better view of what I've done so far. Okay, that's my plot, and I've basically I'm going to zoom in so you can see, but I've lined it with marigolds, which I plan to do because marigolds are very good for protecting your garden, protecting your vegetables from bugs, from certain bugs, and they will also attract ladybugs and other beneficial critters that are beneficial to your plants. So these are my marigolds, and I'm going to be planting, I have a peach tree over there already, so that's it. I'm going to be planting some gungo peas. They're really pigeon peas, but in Jamaica we call them gungo peas, so I prefer that name.
Then corns need to be planted in blocks for cross-pollination, and actually you want to attract bees and butterflies, which is great. I probably will outline here with some sunflowers. Sunflowers and corn are actually great plants to plant together. So I'll probably put some sunflowers here. I love my garden to be a mixture of plants and of vegetables and flowers. So you can see I'll have 4 rows of corn over here, and I'll do the same on the other side, while I'll have 2 gungo peas tree over here too. And the reason why I'm only doing 2, I'm not sure. When I go outside, I'll see the spacing, and I might actually put 3 instead of 2. It just depends on the spacing, because they grow to be really big trees. But I love gungo peas and I want a lot of them, so I might actually put a whole bunch like lining the back of the property. Yeah, I think I'll make that change. So if I want to change that, I can actually, I don't know if you're seeing my cursor, but I can actually grab this, pull it down, and then I can take these, and I don't want to make it a row because I want to have individual trees, because they really do grow like big trees. So to make it easier for me, I don't know if you're seeing my cursor, but here it is. It's kind of hard to film and do the cursor at the same time, but do the changes at the same time. I'm sorry that it's not really steady, but I'm doing my best because I have to use my computer, so I can't really screen record. But here you go. I'm just copying. I'm going to copy this. Okay, and now I can just paste. So I'll copy and paste it a bunch of times. I'll delete what I don't need. And then I go on the screen here, and I think I will put in a couple more trees. Oops, wrong thing. So I can just undo. Like, it's so awesome because you can undo the changes if you don't like what you have so far. So I'll move the whole thing over here, and I'll go back over here, grab another one, and put it here. There's a learning curve to this, and I've never used this software before, so I'm still learning. So I'll put the other one here. Oops. Okay, so as you can see, I've added a lot of new vegetables, and I changed the walkway, and I've added in an archway in the front. Let me zoom in so you can get a closer view. But it's all filled in, and I'm very happy with it so far. Okay, so you already know, I already showed you the back. This is how I hope the pumpkin will grow in here, and I'll probably do some sunflowers around the perimeter of the corn. And this, of course, I think I showed this before, the squash, summer squash. Let me just scroll down here. I've added some carrots, but I'm rethinking the carrots. So I may take the carrots out, and and if I do take the carrots out, over here where I have the tomatoes, let's see, I have the tomatoes and the peppers together in this area. What I'll do is I will take the peppers from here, and I will put them over to where the carrots are over here. So I'm rethinking it. And of course, I'll be planting a lot more variety of tomatoes. I always have about 6 or 7 variety of tomatoes. Over here is where I have the herb garden. And as you can see, I've added dill and I've added onions, some chives, and some garlic. The reason I put it together that way is because these are all like shoot herbs, and usually I would space them in between. I'll probably put some leafy vegetables in here, so it might look a little differently, but if I change it, I'll come back to the plan and I'll update it. Over here I added some thyme and oregano, and I put those two together because they grow very similar. I forgot to add the parsley, but I'll probably include the parsley right here. We love parsley. I have the strawberries over here at the edge, and that's for Kanisha because she loves to use strawberries to make shakes and smoothies. She won't eat them, but she loves them in smoothies. Then I added some okra, and this year I plan on trying out some new varieties of okras. The red, I've seen the red variety of okra and I want to try it out. I usually just plant the green ones. So this year I'm going to try out the red ones. Maybe not too many of them. Now over here I have put in my squash garden, and I'll be tilling this out and making a nice little plot over here. So I have zucchini over here, which is the green squash, the yellow bottleneck squash, and these are the butternut squash. I love butternut squash. These are mostly winter squashes, but I'm going to see how they grow during the summertime. And down here, of course, you can see I added the grapevine along the trellis. Hopefully it will grow in and bush up nicely this year. I don't expect to reap any grape this year because grape, you probably have to wait like 2 years or 3 years for it to really yield grape, but it should get a lot of leaves on the vine. And then over here I have my potatoes. Right now I just have the white potatoes in here. Normally I would plant sweet potatoes, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do any sweet potatoes. But if I do any sweet potatoes, I will add those in. Currently I'm pretty happy with what I have so far. I normally, let me zoom out, and I'm planning on putting in some a lemon tree, an orange tree, and mango and banana tree. If I do that, I will update it, but I won't put it in this plot. I will be planting it somewhere else around the yard. And I also did not put any berries in. I already have a lot of blackberries, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of blackberries on the property. So I plan on planting some blueberry trees and some raspberries to go along with that, and that will make berry collection. But I will not plant them in here. I'll make an arbor just for the berries, and once I do that, I'll show you where I'll make a little plan, just a separate plan for those, and I'll show you where I put them. I'm gonna also make a garden plan, like a flower garden plan for the front yard, and when I do that, I'll also have that and update it too. But so far I really love what I've done, and I hope you will find it an inspiration to start your own garden. And if you do, go ahead and share with me. For some reason it's a little fuzzy. Okay, so but I do hope this is an inspiration to you to also do your own garden plan. And don't be afraid to do your gardening, even if you're a first-time gardener. If you see my plan looks very sparse, like there's not a lot of filling. But just remember, a lot of first-time gardeners make the mistake of putting in too many plants because at first it just looks empty. But just remember, those little baby seedlings or those little seeds, they're going to grow into big plants and they will fill in. So you don't want to put too much in because then you won't get the yield, the high yield that you want, because you want them, each plant to have as much output as possible. But even if you're just starting out, start with your favorite vegetables. Let's say you love cucumbers and tomatoes, and you want to do some herbs. Just start out with those, and eventually, you add a few more every year. Eventually you will become an avid gardener. You'll be so excited, and you'll see the difference between how your vegetables taste coming out of your organic garden versus the fertilizer filled, pesticide filled vegetables that you get out of the supermarket. Well, happy gardening, and again, toodaloo!
Thank you for watching today, going along on this journey with me. I know it was a little bit of a longer video, but I hope you found something useful. And again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit that red button, and share this video with all your friends. Toodaloo!